Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I hope you all are well. I am so excited to be here with you today because I know that what I'm about to share can truly change your life. Yes, you heard that right. Change your life. Learning English is not just about knowing words and grammar. It's about opening doors to new opportunities, building confidence, and expressing yourself freely in a global language. Now, I want you to listen carefully. If you've been struggling with English, if you've ever felt nervous, if you've ever hesitated to speak, or if you've found yourself stuck in silence because you couldn't find the right words, I want you to know that you are not alone. Millions of people around the world face the same challenges. But here's the good news. English is not difficult. English is not impossible. You can speak it fluently, and you can do it much faster than you think. I know this might sound too good to be true, especially if you've been learning English for years but still struggle to speak confidently. Maybe you understand English when you read or listen, but when it's time to speak, your mind goes blank. You know the words, but they just don't come out. Maybe you feel embarrassed, afraid of making mistakes, or worried that people will judge you. If this sounds familiar, don't worry. This podcast is for you. I completely understand what you're going through because I've been there myself. Let me tell you a quick story. When I was learning a new language, I faced the same struggles. I remember the first time I tried to have a real conversation in that language. I was so nervous. My hands were sweating, my heart was beating fast, and my mind was racing to find the right words. But guess what? I couldn't say a single complete sentence. I kept stopping, correcting myself, and feeling frustrated. It was one of the most uncomfortable experiences of my life. But then, something changed. I realized that I was afraid of making mistakes, and this fear was stopping me from speaking. I was waiting to be perfect before I started speaking. But that was the biggest mistake of all. Because the truth is, you don't need to be perfect to start speaking. You just need to start. That's when I decided to stop worrying about mistakes and just practice every day. I started listening more, speaking more, and surrounding myself with the language, and little by little my confidence grew. I went from struggling to speak a few words to holding full conversations, and today I want to help you do the same with English. From this moment on, I want you to forget about complicated grammar rules. Forget about trying to be perfect. Forget about fear, because fear is the number one thing that holds people back from speaking English fluently. Let me ask you a question. How did you learn your first language? Did you study grammar books? Did you memorize long lists of vocabulary? No. You learned by listening, copying, making mistakes, and using the language every day. This is exactly how you're going to learn English. You don't need to just study English, you need to live it. English should not be something you practice for 1 hour a day and then forget. It should become a part of your life. You should hear it, think in it, and speak it every single day. Now, I know what you might be thinking. But how do I do that? Don't worry. I'm going to show you exactly how. In this podcast, I will not only give you tips, I will take you on a journey where English will become easy, natural, and fun for you. So, are you ready? Are you ready to finally break free from fear, hesitation, and frustration? Are you ready to start speaking English with confidence? All right, let's get started with the first and most important step in your English learning journey, changing your mindset. Before we talk about techniques, before we talk about vocabulary, pronunciation, or practice methods, we need to address something that many people overlook: your mindset. Your mindset is the foundation of fluency. Let me tell you something very important. The reason most people struggle with English is not because of a lack of intelligence or ability. It's not because English is too difficult. It's not because they are too old to learn. No, the biggest obstacle is their own thinking. Many learners believe things like, English is too hard for me. I am not good at languages. I will never be fluent. I always make mistakes, so I should just stay quiet. If you have ever had thoughts like these, you are not alone. Many people feel this way. But today, I want to help you break free from this negative thinking because it is stopping you from learning English faster. Debunking common myths about English. Let's talk about some of the biggest myths that stop people from learning English fluently. Myth: English is difficult. Truth: English is one of the easiest languages to learn. It has simple grammar, and millions of resources are available to help you learn it naturally. Myth: You need to be perfect before you speak. Truth: Nobody speaks perfectly, not even native speakers. Mistakes are a natural part of learning. Myth: You need to live in an English-speaking country to become fluent. Truth: With the internet, English is everywhere. You can create an English-speaking environment no matter where you are. The baby analogy: learning to walk versus learning English. I want you to imagine a baby learning to walk. When a baby takes their first steps, what happens? They fall. They try again. They fall again. But do they stop? No, they keep trying. Again and again they get up and walk a little more each time. And after some time, they can walk perfectly without even thinking about it. Now let me ask you, does a baby feel embarrassed when they fall? No. Does a baby say, "Oh no, I made a mistake, I should stop trying"? No, they don't care. They keep going. This is exactly how learning English works. You will make mistakes. You will feel awkward sometimes. But the only way to improve is to keep going. If you are not making mistakes, you are not learning. Positive affirmations. Programming your brain for success. Now, let's do a simple but powerful exercise together. I want you to repeat after me. English is easy. I can speak English. I am learning and improving every day. Say it again. English is easy. I can speak English. I am learning and improving every day. These words may seem simple, but they are powerful. The more you say them, the more your brain will believe them. And when you believe them, you will start learning faster. Now let's change your self-talk. If you usually say, "My English is bad," change it to, "I am improving every day. I cannot speak English." Change it to, "I am learning and I am getting better. I always make mistakes." Change it to, "Mistakes help me learn." Your words shape your thoughts, and your thoughts shape your actions. If you tell yourself that English is difficult, your brain will believe it, and learning will feel slow. But if you tell yourself that English is easy, your brain will accept that, and learning will become much faster. So from today, I want you to change how you think about English. Believe that you can learn English. Believe that English is not difficult, it's just new. Believe that mistakes are a good thing because they help you grow. If you make this small shift in your thinking, you will see a huge difference in your learning. All right, now that we've set the right mindset, let's move to the next step: surrounding yourself with English in your daily life. All right, now that you have the right mindset, let's move on to the next step: surrounding yourself with English. If you want to become fluent in English, you need to make English a part of your daily life. You need to immerse yourself in the language. Think about how you learned your native language. You were surrounded by it. You heard it every day from your family, friends, and television. You didn't memorize grammar rules. You just listened and started speaking naturally. This is exactly how you should learn English. You don't need to study English for 1 hour and then forget about it. You need to live in English. Let me share some powerful ways to create an English environment around you. 1. Change your phone language to English. Your phone is something you use every day. Imagine if every time you open your phone, you see English words. Your brain will slowly start recognizing them without effort. So, right now, go to your phone settings and change the language to English. Yes, do it now. You will see small improvements in your vocabulary just by doing this one simple thing. Second, start thinking in English. Many learners think in their native language and then translate into English before speaking. This makes the process slow and difficult. The key to fluency is to start thinking directly in English. But how do you do that? Start with simple thoughts. For example, when you wake up, instead of thinking, I need to brush my teeth, think, I will brush my teeth now. When making tea, think, I am making tea. The tea smells good. When going outside, think, the weather is nice today. At first, it may feel difficult, but the more you practice, the more natural it will become. 3. Label household items in English. Here's a fun and effective method. Take small pieces of paper and write the English names of objects in your house. Stick them on your door, refrigerator, mirror, table, everywhere. Every time you see these words, say them out loud. This is a book. The book is on the table. This is a cup. I drink tea from this cup. This helps your brain recognize English words automatically. 4. Talk to yourself in English. Yes, you heard me right. Talk to yourself in English. Stand in front of a mirror and have a conversation with yourself. Hello, how are you today? I am good. I have a lot of work to do, but I am feeling great. This might feel strange at first, but trust me, it's one of the best ways to improve your speaking skills. 5. Listen to English. Every day. Listening is one of the fastest ways to learn a language. The more you hear English, the more natural it becomes. Here's what you can do. Listen to English podcasts while walking or doing chores. Watch English videos or TV shows with subtitles. Listen to English music and try to understand the lyrics. Even if you don't understand everything, your brain is absorbing the language. Over time, words and phrases will start to feel familiar. By surrounding yourself with English, you will start thinking, speaking, and understanding English naturally. Now, let's move on to the next step. Focusing on speaking instead of grammar. Many English learners make the mistake of focusing too much on grammar instead of speaking. They think, I need perfect grammar before I can talk. But this is wrong. Let me ask you, when a child learns to speak, do they start with grammar books? No. They listen, repeat, make mistakes, and slowly improve. This is how you should learn English too. 1. Why grammar should not be your first priority. If you focus too much on grammar, you will always be afraid of making mistakes. You will hesitate and overthink every sentence. Instead, focus on communicating your message. Even if your grammar is not perfect, people will still understand you. For example, if you say, yesterday I go to market. The grammar is wrong, but the meaning is clear. The listener will understand what you are saying, and the more you speak, the better your grammar will naturally become over time. 2. Learn like a child. Children don't learn languages by studying grammar rules. They learn by listening and repeating. You need to do the same. Instead of memorizing complicated grammar rules, focus on learning simple sentence structures. 3. Simple sentences. Instead of complex grammar rules. Instead of thinking, I must learn the past continuous tense, just learn and use sentences like, I was eating. She was going to school. They were playing football. The more you use these sentences, the more natural they will become. 4. Listen and copy native speakers. The best way to improve speaking is by listening and copying. When you hear a new sentence, don't just understand it, repeat it out loud. Copy the pronunciation, the tone, and the rhythm. For example, if you hear, I am going to the market, you should say, I am going to the market. Repeat it exactly. This will help you sound more natural and confident. Example. Phrases for everyday situations. Let's practice some simple phrases you can use in daily life. At a cafe. Hello, can I have a coffee, please? I would like a cappuccino. Thank you. At a shop, excuse me, do you have fresh apples? How much is this? I will take 2 kilos, please. with a friend. Hey, how are you? I am good. How about you? Let's go for a walk. If you practice these small conversations, speaking English will become easy and natural. So, my amazing students, stop worrying about grammar and start speaking English today. Don't wait until you feel ready. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Just speak. The more you speak, the faster you will improve. All right, let's make it sound like you. Here's your podcast section in a simple, natural, and engaging way. Step 4. Speak English in daily life. Imagine this. You wake up in the morning and instead of thinking in your native language, you say, "Good morning. Today is going to be a great day." You go to the bathroom, look in the mirror, and say, "I am brushing my teeth." It might feel strange at first, but trust me, this is how you train your brain to think in English. Now, let's take it a step further. You go to the market. Instead of just pointing at things, you ask, "Excuse me, do you have fresh apples?" The shopkeeper responds, "Yes, how many do you need?" And you confidently say, "1 kilo, please." Boom! You just had a real conversation in English. It doesn't stop there. You meet a friend. Instead of speaking in your native language, try this. You. Hey, how's it going? Friend. I'm good. What about you? You. I'm great. Just practicing my English. The more you do this, the easier it gets. Next time you're at a cafe, say, "Can I have a cup of tea, please?" When you're having dinner with your family, try describing the food. "This chicken is delicious." Speaking English daily doesn't mean you need a classroom or a teacher. It just means you need to use what you already know, every single day. Now, let's talk about the biggest problem. Fear. I know what you're thinking. What if I make mistakes? What if people laugh at me? But let me tell you something. Mistakes don't mean you're bad at English. Mistakes mean you're learning. Think about a baby learning to walk. They fall down, but they never stop trying. That's exactly how language works. Maybe you worry about pronunciation, you want to sound perfect. But guess what? You don't have to be perfect. Speak slowly and clearly. That's all that matters. Here's a simple trick. Listen and repeat. Hear a sentence like, "I am going to the market." Now say it out loud. "I am going to the market." Do this every day, and soon your pronunciation will improve automatically. And if you feel nervous when talking to someone, use the 3-second rule. Don't overthink, just speak. Someone asks, "How are you?" Instead of thinking for 10 seconds, just say, "I'm good, thanks." How about you? Confidence doesn't come from knowing everything. Confidence comes from speaking every day. So from today, make a promise to yourself. I will speak English. I will not be afraid. And trust me, if you do this, your English will improve faster than you ever imagined. All right, here's your final section in a simple and natural way. So let's quickly go over what we've learned today. If you want to speak English fluently, you need to. Change your mindset. Believe that English is easy. Surround yourself with English every day. Focus on speaking, not grammar. Use English in daily life, even for small things. Overcome fear and speak with confidence. Now, here's your simple action plan. Morning. When you wake up, name everything around you in English. This is my bed, this is my phone, the window is open. Afternoon. Make simple sentences. If you're drinking tea, say, "I am drinking tea." If you're walking, say, "I am walking to work." Evening. Watch or listen to English for 20 minutes. It can be a YouTube video, a podcast, or even a movie with subtitles. Night. Before sleeping, speak to yourself for 5 to 10 minutes. Today I went to the market. I bought some fruits. It was a good day. This daily routine will change the way you learn English. You don't need a classroom. You don't need a teacher. You just need consistency. And remember, you are already on your way to fluency. Keep going and never give up. If you found this episode helpful, share it with someone who wants to learn English. Let's help more people speak confidently.